Welcome, everybody. And just like trying to land on Mars, we got 7 minutes of terror coming up for you.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we're going to make 7 minutes feel like 7 hours.
Yeah.
Take it away, Dick.
Yeah.
I'm going to come.
So, as I'm sure you've heard, Zelensky met with both Trump and JD Couchenboffer, and it was an absolute circus. So we're going to kick this video in just as it's getting to the juicy bits here. Let's see. What do I got to hit? This and this.
We had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Okay, there's so much to unpack there. I don't even know where to start. First,
such fine words.
Yeah. So the whole thumping of the chest, if Biden did that once, he'd break a finger and injure a rib, right? So that's not really his style, you know. But diplomacy is supposed to be real negotiation, JD Couchenboffer. It's not just, okay, what will we make Ukraine give up to make you stop picking on them there, Mr. Putin? I mean, oh God.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's bad.
I have to tell you guys, I haven't seen any of this. I've decided to keep myself in the dark and see what happens, and I already don't like it.
Well, your mushroom brain is going to melt. So let's bring in Couchenboffer here for because it already gets spicy right here.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So.
Oh, no, he doesn't even know.
He has no clue. And you can see the look on his face. He's like, would this man please stop talking so we can get back to me? Right? But Zelensky's laying it out. Look, I keep getting diplomacy and promises of, okay, this is done and over with now. You know, we're going to protect you. Give up the nukes. It's fine. We'll protect you. Yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Nobody stands up and does. I mean, you know, Biden administration sent lots of stuff and so on and whatnot. I'm not, you know, slamming everybody here, but the guarantees,
yeah, but like he said, no one stepped in 2014 or 2015 either. Come to think of it.
You know, it's and then for Vance here to say, oh, but you know, unlike the last administration that went all George of the Jungle, we're gonna be the ones that try diplomacy. Watch Trump's diplomacy. We're getting to it.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll hit a button.
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about?
And
Oh,
right, it's the whole thing laid out in front of him. Okay, Mr. Vice President Couchenboffer, you say that you've got the diplomacy. Well, this is what's been done to us and how we've been screwed over time. So what do you have? Right? And it's a very fair question. He's not like being a jerk about it.
yeah. Diplome away, Mr. Vance. Diplome.
Yeah. Now watch this freaking garbage.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr.
are
President,
not
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media right now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Who's posing
it's
for
so
the media here?
disrespectful.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. He starts calling him down, saying Zelensky's disrespectful just for asking for something specific instead of this broad promise bullshit.
Yeah. What did Jesus Christ, Vance?
Yeah. Yeah. And to litigate this in front of the press like this. You're the one grandstanding right now, Vance, going on and on about your administration and how Biden did it wrong and God, the idol in gold Trump will fix everything. And Zelensky's just like, you got anything specific for me?
Yeah. How disrespectful coming in here, speaking to the press with facts and stuff.
Yeah. So let's let it roll here.
You guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count one.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems? Bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
I
fucking
know.
A.
I know.
Oh, have you been to Ukraine? Yeah. Oh, no, I've seen pictures. I've watched videos. I'm subscribed to the Enforcers channel. Yeah, I know what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah. You get some truth there, I tell you, son. It's the arrogance in JD Vance. Like JD Vance is basically saying, look, little boy, sit down and let the adults talk.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Like he's totally reprimanding him here. You should be thankful. Ukraine has been nothing but thankful this entire time. Do you mean thankful to the Trump administration? Because as I see it, he doesn't have much to thank you guys for yet. I'm sure he still says Biden's a good guy, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd much prefer to talk to that old man than these bunch of cretins.
Oh, yeah,
Jesus.
the jerk-off Meister and the golden toilet pooper. I mean, So here, let's keep it going here.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
Now, you will feel it in the future because the whole idea of Russia expanding its influence through this war is something that America, Canada, Mexico, everybody's going to feel that, right? It's not good. Watch this.
God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
Playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
Here's Zelensky.
Fucking
I'm not
hell.
playing cards. You know, he's sick of this guy's business metaphor crap. Zelensky is trying so hard to hold it together right now because I bet Zelensky could glass jaw him in one shot and put his punk ass on the floor. Absolutely.
The thing is, the whole thing about, you're in no position to dictate how we're going to feel. Well, Mr. Trump, you've been saying that you're going to end the war on day one. And quite frankly, you've been stating that the war would have never happened if you were in power, which is a complete, how can you even say that, dictate that kind of like statement with absolutely no fucking, knowledge whatsoever how things would have turned out?
Yeah, it's so bad. And poor Zelensky, President Zelensky, an honorable, good guy, is sitting there listening to these two blabbermouth idiots thinking to himself, how the hell did these two get elected to anything in life? I mean, I wouldn't elect them to the PTA. I wouldn't elect them to be the one that has to clean out the cat litter. They'd screw that up.
Yeah, but they're talking down to him like like a headmaster talks to a small kid who's urinated in the corridor or something.
Exactly. It's at this point, I'm so embarrassed for every single one of my American friends who didn't support Trump in any way, because right now he is making you look so collectively stupid as a whole. And I remind all of our viewers from everywhere, remember, when we're talking about America in general, all through all this political garbage, we got to remember it's not everybody down there. Everybody I know in America is really cool. Right. So
yeah. Even a lot of Republicans. I mean, this is nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to point out, Mexico points out in the chat, again, this is 2 versus 1 anyway.
Yeah.
It's like they're ganging up on him.
Very much so. Very much so. So let me play a bit more of this because it doesn't get any better.
You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
Actually, no, Trump. That would be you right now. You're the one gambling with World War III because you want Russian money.
It's just nonsense. I mean, all he wants is Russian out. That's what he wants. He wants his country back. That's what he wants.
Yeah, he in Trump's mind, Zelensky and Ukraine as a whole is truly at fault for this. He believes Putin now. And as far as Putin has sold him, as far as I can figure out, Putin has sold him on the fact that if it wasn't for the Biden administration, that Putler wouldn't have had to invade.
But it's so difficult to know because, I mean, yesterday he was saying that Zelensky's a great president, the greatest president for Ukraine. Day before that, he was saying he's a dictator and that the Russians are. It's so difficult to know where Trump stands because he's like bipolar at this point. Is it the same person, or does he walk out the room and another Trump comes in? With a different kind of mental bloody process going on there. I just don't understand it.
It's there's something weird. Like I said to you earlier,
he's flopping so fast that you can measure it in hertz.
Yeah, exactly. I think it comes down to whether or not there's fentanyl in his stash on that day.
Give him some more.
Yeah, okay. Well, speaking of which, here comes.
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting?
Oh my God.
This entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Oh, thank you.
Have you said
thank you so much?
Yeah. You know what? It would have been really funny if Zelensky had said, yes, I thank the Biden administration for their help many times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like again, it's like, oh, did you thank grandma for the jumper that she gave you for your birthday? Did you thank her?
Yeah.
You didn't thank her, did you? So write her a letter, thank her, because grandma will be very, very upset.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about, Vance?
And then he starts going on.
Since you've been in the room, have you thanked us?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Oh, you campaign for the opposition. Yeah, but you're supposed to be a political leader, not a petty little man that has to get revenge on every single person that doesn't like them.
Yeah. Do you know why he campaigned for the opposition? Because of this.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you end up with a twat like that in power.
Foresight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep it running here. We're over halfway.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
Yeah. He can't get a fucking word in edgewise. You've done a lot of talking.
Yeah, but he was asked a question.
I know. Oh my God. But you notice how anytime if Zelensky isn't instantly saying, oh, and I'm so grateful for, King Trump and Prince Vance, Trump instantly gets more and more mad. Right? Trump only wanted him there to kiss ass on television and go, thank you, my savior. Right?
God, Zelensky should have just said, do you want me to suck your cock right here, right now?
Yeah, exactly. Is this really Team America? We're going to do this? There we go.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
you
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
No, Donald, you can't keep tacking 50 million on every time you tell the story. 200, 250, 300, 350. It goes on and on and on.
Not to mention the $100 billion of condoms. Fucking liar.
Oh, and he's lying right to Zelensky's face.
I know.
Yeah. And Zelensky's trying so hard to have a real conversation. And all these men do is berate him like a little boy that got his hand caught in a cookie jar. I'll keep it going.
We gave you military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days. I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks. Of course.
I heard it from Putin. I love that.
Well done, Zelensky.
Yeah. Zelensky right there was on the verge of taking the bait and really giving him some. And I think he just caught his cool at the right moment there.
Great response.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Okay, here, let me hit the button.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong.
That's what you two are doing. He's not doing any of that, JD Couch and Buffer. Oh. Go make a deposit in the Tweed, will you? Jesus.
It's making my brain melt. I mean, there was something I wanted to say about something he said, but it's just gone. It's just flown by so fast. I know. I just can't believe it.
My brain can't keep that much BS in it so that I can remember what I was going to say when I hit the pause button because I'm already so flustered. Let's hit it.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I wanted this.
Look at this child.
And look at the way Zelensky's looking at him.
I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you got elected? How the fuck did that happen, man?
Zelensky hasn't said, I don't want a ceasefire. Yeah, he just wants it on the right terms.
Yeah. Trump's just, reading the BS online in Truth Social where nothing's true and throwing it at the poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's reading his own post back.
Yeah. Yeah. I read it on Truth Social. It's got to be true. Yeah, sir, you wrote it. Never mind.
Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
That was with
Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful.
Look at Zelensky's face.
But when did Trump give javelins?
I don't know. At a sporting event or something? I don't know. I have no idea on this point. I have no clue.
The javelins were going over before Trump.
Yeah, I don't see what Trump could really claim that he gave, because in the last Trumpish days, I don't think anything's gone over. I mean,
he's forgetting. He doesn't realize there's a disparity of him winning an election and actually being in office, because I think a lot of that happened before he actually got into office, but after he got elected, in which case it was Biden who did it.
Yeah, I know.
Am I wrong? Am I getting those dates wrong?
No, for once you're making a lot of sense.
For once.
Oh God.
Well, yeah, well, listening to them too, anybody can make fucking sense more than they can.
That's true. Two cats in heat. I could actually understand that better than this. Poor Zelensky. Okay, here. Yeah, let me hit the.
Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards, but without us, you don't have any cards.
He's obsessed with cards.
What's
he going on about cards for? I don't want cards. I want missiles and bullets and the end of the war. I'm not playing fucking cards.
I know. If anybody can make sense of that in a way that doesn't make Trump and Vance look like bullies on the schoolyard and not world leaders, please open write your theory down and mail it to somebody who gives a shit. P.O. Box 90125, Alaska.
See, you don't have the cards. We got all the Pokemon cards. We collected them all. We got them all. You haven't got any Pokemon cards. What you on about?
It's killing me, man. It's killing me. Let me just grab a beer and we'll finish this show.
I tell you what, they might have cards, but they don't have any fucking marbles.
So I know. So let's see here. Why don't we start off with one of our regular type stories there? Dunk, where do you want to take us first here?
To the credits.
Yeah, I
need a rest after that. Yeah, well, I mean, in America, you think eggs are pricey at this moment in time. Well, there's this story came out about a very, very pricey piece of produce that's causing controversy on social media after an influencer posted a TikTok video where she ate or tested a single strawberry with a $19 price tag.
Oh, dude.
I wonder what kind of chickens laid those. The strawberry, which comes from a company, Ellie Ami, and is sold at a Los Angeles area luxury grocery chain, Erewhon, carries a $19, price for the single piece of fruit. The berry came from the source of the online course, with when influencer blah blah, I don't care her name, not going to shout her out, whose aunt and uncle own the grocery chain. Okay, yeah. She posted a video to TikTok, and she goes, "Okay, this is a $19 strawberry from Erewhon. We're going to eat it." She says in the video, apparently it's like the best tasting strawberry in the entire world. It should taste like fucking solid gold for $19. Jesus Christ.
It tastes like Gwyneth Paltrow's Ginch. I wouldn't pay $19 for it.
Oh dear. Yeah, why? I don't understand. It's just it's the best strawberry I've ever had in my life. I'm sure it isn't. I'm sure it's just because it's got $19 attached to it, you know.
Yeah, because Uncle gave you $10K to say that, you know.
I mean, who cares? Who cares if it's the nicest strawberry you've ever had? Seriously. The videos racked up millions of views and garnered multiple comments and responses. Videos.
Come on.
Yeah, and it's even led to a late night show Jimmy Kimmel and guest Mindy Kaling to sample strawberries on Wednesday's show on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Yeah, so it's becoming it's becoming its own little meme.
Wow,
bloody strawberry. Yeah,
wow.
I'll tell you what, they'll be doing that for eggs next. You know, I got a $20 egg.
Yeah, well, that's about what they cost, depending on where in America you live, right? There's bodegas selling them at singles. They call them singles or some shit or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, we used to do that at university. We had a little shop and you could buy, just the stuff just to keep you going. And you could buy an egg or 2 slices of bread and you could have egg on toast. Cost me 19p.
That's funny.
But let's look. Come on, let's get back to the shittery deck.
Yeah, you didn't become Zuckerberg, so we'll move on. So, trans rights take a big hit in Iowa. Lawmakers on Thursday became the first in the nation to approve legislation removing gender identity protections from the state's civil rights code. This is despite massive protests by opponents who said it could expose transgender people to discrimination in numerous areas in life. So, the measure raced through the legislative process after first being introduced only last week. The state Senate approved the bill on Thursday, followed by the House less than an hour later. 5 House Republicans joined all Democrats in voting against it. So hundreds and hundreds of advocates were in the Capitol Rotunda on Thursday waving signs, trans rights are human rights, and chanting slogans and no hate in our state and so on. It's, big deal. Heavy police presence out, state troopers and the whole 9 yards. Protesters watched the votes from the House gallery, loudly booed and shouted, "Shame!" And the chamber adjourned. Stephen Holt is the Iowa state rep, and he floor managed the bill and delivered a fierce defense of it as well. The bill would remove gender identity as a protected class from the state's civil rights law and explicitly define male and female as well as gender, which would henceforth be considered a synonym for sex and shall not be considered a synonym or shorthand expression for a gender identity.
It's astonishing just how much this trans right things is. It's like making the news, making the headlines because it's just so insidious. But I just wonder. But sometimes I just wonder how long is it going to be before they stop, worrying about trans rights, and that would just be like just general human rights in America, please, just any rights at all.
They're coming at this from totally the perspective of like Emperor Qin back in the day with legalism. You believe what we freaking tell you or else. This is a horrible place to be. And at this point in humanity's evolution as a whole society, I'm shocked that we're so far behind again all of a sudden. What the fuck?
It didn't take long, did it? It didn't take long at all.
It was like somebody dropped their shoe, picked it up and went, "What the hell's going on here, man?"
By the way, you're gay and you're married. Oh no, you're not allowed to do that anymore. That's we're getting rid of that. You're now your marriage has been annulled.
Yeah, we're back to these.
We chose to.
Yeah, we're back to these white shirt wearing, black tie, white conservative that are scared to touch their own prick when they have to piss.
Hey, Donald, are we off to the stoning?
Yeah. Unbelievable. What do we got? Okay, yeah, we got some time here. Where do you want to go next?
So deputies in Florida said an 18-year-old woman and her 16-year-old friend are facing charges after vandalizing a car while attempting to get revenge.
Whoa,
The incident happened in Deltona, if I'm reading that right with my fuzzy glasses, located northeast of Orlando in blah, blah, blah county, who cares. Deputies responded to a call referencing a young woman spray painting a car. When they arrived at the scene, they found the two girls, and one of them reportedly had spray paint all over her pants. During questioning, the 18-year-old admitted she was upset with her ex-boyfriend and had decided to spray paint and throw eggs at his vehicle. Now, why are you telling me this? This doesn't sound like a very interesting story at all. Well, here's the problem. It wasn't his car. It was their neighbor's car. Yes, the sheriff's office said they found two Ford, I think it's supposed to be Ford Locos. I don't know what that is, but an empty Crown Royal. Oh, yeah, they found 4 Locos and an empty Crown Royal bottle, marijuana, and a can of yellow spray paint in the girl's possession. The 18-year-old has been charged with criminal mischief, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, possession of alcohol under 21, and driving under the influence. And the 16-year-old girl was charged with possession of marijuana over 20 grams. We haven't heard a statement from the boyfriend yet.
yeah. And since the car is a modern car, we're waiting for a statement from it as well, because the AI. I'm pissed, man. I was just sitting here. Yeah. Minding my own freaking business, and along comes these chicks, and so it's time to have a funeral, everybody. And as you can see, I'm not overly concerned about it. Skype bites the dust. After 21 years, Skype will soon be no more. Last night, some users were poking around the latest Skype build preview update and noticed some yet unsurfaced text that read, starting in May, Skype will no longer be available.
Golly gosh.
And it was just this morning that Microsoft confirmed it. As of May 5th, 2025, Skype's long run will be done. Alongside the verification that the end is nigh, Microsoft shared a bunch of details about how they're going to move everybody over to Microsoft Teams. Now,
oh, great.
I don't know if you've tried Teams. We tried using it around here for our voice thing, for the shows and everything, and we found it somewhat less than good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it should be called Microsoft Steams, because that's how you feel once you try to use it.
Oh, it's terrible software. So they think,
and expensive.
Yeah. So now, if you're unaware, because you're like North American and so on, there are people in the world that actually use Skype just as their phone number, and you buy credits and you can make calls and yada yada. And that's all going away for a whack of people that really used it. Now, there are alternatives, but Skype was still being used for them, and that sucks. But what sucks worse is Teams. It is just the most unholy app. We tried using it for just doing our show, and I'm like, okay, how do I add Dunk so he can auto add be into the rooms? Oh, you've got to go into your policies. I'm like, we're not a corporation, you bastards. I just want to add a co-host. What the fuck, Get over yourself.
I wrote him a letter instead.
Yeah, exactly. It
was quicker.
Yeah.
Hey, we got time. Let's go to story number 4.
Okay.
Yes, because I mean, after all this shit with Trump, you might be wondering, how could I protest this in some meaningful way? Well, these school kids in Germany have found a fantastic way to make their message be seen, because a giant painting of a penis has mysteriously appeared on top of a school roof in Berlin. The 100-foot long drawing, daubed in striking white paint, appears to have been graffitied on the flat roof of the Free Waldorf school in Berlin's Kreuzberg district, causing a stir amongst locals and internet users alike, or mostly people on Google Earth, I'd imagine.
Yeah, just nerds and people without jobs, really. But,
says the crude painting, well, that's a bit unfair, don't really be critical, was first uncovered by the Bild newspaper, is so enormous that it can be seen clearly on satellite images.
I thought you were going to say from space, just because
from space, yeah. They drew around Arnold Palmer, obviously. The artwork, which is a staggering 161 times larger than the average erect penis of 30. So why are you telling us?
Fuck did the math and measurements? Come on.
Why does that even matter?
Yeah, talk about filler for an article. Wow.
Yeah, literally filler. Yeah, and is believed to have been painted by someone between March and July 2022.
Now there's Sherlock Holmes in action. Oh, I don't know. It was in the last 4 months.
It's probably just like searching on Google Earth and seeing when is the last time it was, a clear roof. But it's unclear whether the painting was the work of students playing a prank or street artists looking for. Yeah, that's a Banksy. Yeah, absolutely, that's a Banksy on the roof.
I would think that's Big Balls from the Elon Musk clan. Maybe he's trying to go for Banksy's crown.
It's got very long, skinny penis.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you judge by the length of shaft and amount of mushroom tip, shall we say, the sack is not very grandiose. It's actually a little lacking. So that would be more like somewhat small balls.
Yeah. I think it's a picture of a painting with a round head hammer, actually, but never mind.
The rocket was really round plumes.
The school offers the Waldorf education a unique educational approach developed in the 1900s by Rudolf Stein. Yes, obviously they taught a lot of art. The website says they offer young people space to develop their creativity. They're free thinking. So there you go, America. That's how you demonstrate against Trump. Just go painting penises on top of the rooftops all across America. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine the sight from Google Earth when you look down at the street view and just penises everywhere?
Okay, it's after show night. Thanks for joining us. Click like, share, and subscribe. Hit a comment as well on the way out. Huge thanks to the team, and Dunk will say something clever.
Clever. Stay silly, everybody.
That's sexy.